Mr. Shinzo Abe has arrived in the western Indian city of Ahmedabad on Wednesday for a two-day trip in the country. Well, this is his first visit to India since taking office. Abe was greeted by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the airport, and the two leaders expected to talk about further cooperation and closer ties. The pair will also attend a ceremony for India's first bullet train project, which will make use of Japanese technology. And more on Abe's visit, let's bring in our correspondent Shweta Baja live from New Delhi. Shweta, this is Abe's first official visit to India, the South Asian nation. What is the primary purpose of this trip, and what are the issues on the table?
Well, first of all, top on the table is strengthening ties between India and Japan. Remember, India and Japan have had good relations for decades now, and then this entire meeting is to strengthen it. If you look at Abe's visit itself, it started from Narendra Modi's hometown, which is Ahmedabad in the state of Gujarat. He was the chief minister of that state before he became India's prime minister. He also becomes only the second head of a state to be received by Modi in his home state. The first one was Xi Jinping. He took Abe and his wife, and they both changed in Indian attire, after which they went to Sabarmati Ashram. It's a hectic day for them, and of course, as far as the issues on the table are concerned, economic ties remain top on it. Defense ties, that's also something that both the countries have been having a conversation about. Even before this visit started, there's expectations of deals being signed in the defense arena. We are also looking at, of course, that big launch of the first bullet train of India, which is more symbolic than anything else. On the economic ties front, there are many areas where India wants Japan's help. For instance, of course, Modi's pet project of Make in India, where a whole lot of investment is expected to come into India. Many Japanese companies already are there in India. More investment expected.
And a lot of people are talking about the ceremony to break ground on India's first high-speed railway project, the bullet train. Of course, that shows the strong mutual trust between the two sides. How will this change your country's infrastructure?
Well, if you look at India's rail infrastructure, it's in dismal state. But if you look at the bullet train itself, it's really symbolic. It's the first bullet train that India will have. The amount of money being spent on it, the project itself is worth a massive $17 billion US. It will ply between India's financial capital, Mumbai, and Ahmedabad, which also happens to be a major trading city. So to ply between both these cities, the groundbreaking ceremony is more symbolic in nature. As far as India's infrastructure is concerned, of course, a lot more needs to be done. But if I was to talk just about that bullet train specifically, it will be about 311-mile or 500 kilometers long high-speed rail ring between, of course, the financial hub, which is Mumbai, and industrial hub, which is Ahmedabad. The entire work will start on Thursday. India's railway minister, who's Piyush Goyal, said this technology will revolutionize and transform India's transport sector. But remember, as far as this is concerned, much more needs to be done. Many other bullet train needs to be built, and everybody is questioning why wasn't the first bullet train between India's capital Delhi and India's financial capital Mumbai, really, which has a whole lot of trading going on between both these places. Also, a whole lot of people movement that happens between Mumbai and Delhi. But all in all, very symbolic in nature, India's first bullet train, which will be launched by both the heads of state.
Does it mean that India will stick with the Japanese technologies?
That's not sure, really, whether India will stick with Japanese technology or not. But as far as this is concerned, the entire process that went into giving Japan that deal, it went on for years, really, and after which Japan was decided. If you look at the technology itself, India, of course, wants that technology to come in, but the first project would really serve as a pilot project. We'll see how it actually pans through, how many years the entire project goes through. Indian government wants the project to actually happen as soon as possible.